Was Yu Menglong's death a cover-up? Shocking allegations surface. What secrets lie hidden in the tragic fall of a beloved star? And why are whispers of conspiracy growing louder? The untimely death of Chinese actor Yu Menglong, known to fans as Alan Yu, at the age of 37 on September 11, 2025, sent shockwaves through the entertainment world and sparked a firestorm of speculation that refuses to die down. Yu, celebrated for his magnetic performances and warm persona, was confirmed by his management team to have tragically fallen to his death. The announcement, steeped in sorrow, painted a picture of a vibrant life cut short, leaving fans and loved ones grappling with grief. Yet beneath the surface of this tragedy, a web of questions, rumors, and unsettling allegations has emerged, casting doubt on the official narrative and raising concerns about justice, transparency, and the handling of the case by authorities. The story of Yu's death is not just one of loss, but of a society wrestling with truth, accountability, and the power of public scrutiny in the digital age. Yu's management team, in their heartfelt statement, expressed profound sadness, noting that the actor's passing was a devastating blow to all who knew him. They described him as a beacon of talent and kindness, whose absence would be felt deeply. The initial police report, released with startling speed, ruled out any criminal involvement, attributing the incident to a tragic accident. This swift conclusion, however, struck many as premature, setting the stage for a torrent of online speculation. The management's plea for Yu to rest in peace and for strength to comfort his loved ones was overshadowed by a growing chorus of voices questioning the circumstances of his death. The announcement, meant to provide closure, instead became a lightning rod for controversy, as netizens began dissecting every detail, fueled by a mix of grief and suspicion. Almost immediately after the news broke, the internet became a battleground of theories and supposed evidence. Social media platforms buzzed with video clips that users claimed showed the moments leading up to Yu's fall. One particularly chilling clip allegedly captured the sound of Yu screaming, a haunting detail that sent shivers through online communities. Another video, reportedly deleted but screen-recorded by a vigilant netizen, purported to show the events preceding the tragedy. These clips, whether authentic or fabricated, ignited a firestorm of debate, with many refusing to accept the official narrative of an accidental fall. The visceral impact of these videos, coupled with the raw emotion of Yu's fans, created a perfect storm of distrust, as people began to wonder whether there was more to the story than what was being told. The power of social media to amplify voices, while a force for connection, also revealed its darker side, as unverified claims spread like wildfire, challenging the boundaries of truth and speculation. On September 16th, Yu's mother stepped into the fray, issuing a public statement that sought to quell the rising tide of rumors. With a heavy heart, she clarified that her son had been drinking before the fall, framing it as a tragic accident rather than a deliberate act or foul play. Her words carried the weight of a mother's grief, pleading with the public to respect her son's memory and refrain from spreading baseless theories. Her statement was both a cry for peace and a stark reminder of the human toll behind the headlines. Yet her plea, while heartfelt, did little to stem the tide of skepticism. The idea that alcohol alone could explain such a catastrophic event felt incomplete to many, and the lack of detailed evidence only fueled further questions. The courage it took for Yu's mother to speak out in the face of such public scrutiny was undeniable. Yet it also underscored the immense pressure families face when private tragedies become public spectacles. In response to the rampant misinformation, authorities took decisive action. On September 21st, the Beijing Municipal Public Security Bureau detained 3 women in Beijing for spreading fabricated details about Yu's death. The police condemned these actions as not only disrespectful, but disruptive to public order, accusing the women of seeking attention and online traffic through their falsehoods. The authorities revealed that some of the circulating videos were spliced or entirely fabricated, designed to mislead and provoke. This crackdown sent a clear message: misinformation would not be tolerated. However, the detentions also sparked debate about whether the police were genuinely protecting the truth or silencing dissent. The speed and intensity of the response left some wondering if the authorities were more concerned with controlling the narrative than uncovering the full story. The tension between maintaining order and ensuring transparency became a central theme in the unfolding drama, reflecting broader societal questions about trust in institutions. The controversy took a darker turn with the involvement of Chinese actress Sun Lin, whose vocal support for Yu's fans added fuel to the fire. On social media, Sun posted a now-deleted message that struck a chord with many, declaring that Yu's fans would fight for justice, emphasizing that it might be delayed but never absent. Her words resonated deeply, capturing the collective frustration of those who felt the official explanation was too tidy. However, her outspokenness came at a cost. On September 19th, Sun was injured by a falling flower pot while collecting a package, an incident that raised immediate suspicions of targeted harassment. From her hospital bed, Sun updated her followers, reassuring them that she was recovering and promising to share medical evidence upon her discharge to dispel rumors of exaggeration. Her resilience in the face of adversity was inspiring, yet the incident itself cast a chilling shadow over the case. The idea that someone could be targeted for speaking out sent a ripple of fear through those following the story, highlighting the high stakes of challenging the status quo. Adding to the growing unease was the commentary of Taiwanese lawyer Yan Rucheng, whose pointed critique of the investigation brought a new level of scrutiny. Yan argued that the police's rapid declaration of no criminal suspicion, issued within just 12 hours of Yu's death, was not only implausible but potentially indicative of deeper issues. He questioned the integrity of the process, suggesting that such a swift conclusion could not possibly account for a thorough investigation. Yan's analysis was meticulous, pointing to potential illegalities, such as unlawful detention and evidence tampering. He specifically referenced an unconfirmed USB drive, rumored to contain sensitive data related to Yu's case, as a possible key to unraveling the truth. The lawyer's warnings about the destruction of evidence or intimidation of investigators painted a troubling picture, suggesting a cover-up that could have far-reaching implications. His framing of the case as a societal test struck a profound chord, urging the public to consider whether justice was being served or subverted. Yan's voice, authoritative yet impassioned, added a layer of gravitas to the controversy, making it impossible to dismiss the concerns as mere conspiracy theories. The specter of the unconfirmed USB drive became a focal point for speculation. While its existence was never officially verified, its mention by Yan and others fueled theories of suppressed evidence. Some netizens claimed the drive contained footage or documents that could contradict the official narrative, while others speculated it held personal information about Yu that someone wanted buried. The ambiguity surrounding the USB only deepened the mystery, as it became a symbol of the unknown in a case already shrouded in doubt. Yan's assertion that investigators could face charges for tampering with or destroying such evidence underscored the high stakes involved. His reference to Taiwan's legal system, with its maximum 30-year prison terms, and his hypothetical calculations of combined sentences for multiple perpetrators, potentially reaching 1,500 years if 17 individuals were involved, served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences for those implicated. These dramatic figures, while speculative, captured the public's imagination, amplifying the sense that Yu's death was not an isolated incident, but a case with broader implications for justice and accountability. The investigation's credibility was further undermined by Yan's critique of the decision to cremate Yu's body without a full autopsy. He argued that this move, if true, would severely compromise the ability to uncover critical evidence, such as signs of struggle or substances beyond alcohol in Yu's system. The absence of a thorough autopsy raised questions about whether the authorities were prioritizing closure over truth. For many, this decision was a red flag, suggesting either negligence or an intentional effort to obscure the facts. Yan's emphasis on the need for transparency resonated with a public already skeptical of the rapid official response. The idea that a beloved actor's death could be swept under the rug without a comprehensive investigation felt like a betrayal, not only to Yu's memory, but to the principles of fairness and accountability. The emotional weight of this possibility lingered, as fans and observers alike grappled with the fear that the truth might never be fully uncovered. The broader societal implications of the case, as Yan articulated, transformed Yu's death from a personal tragedy into a litmus test for justice. He framed the handling of the investigation as a reflection of how society treats its most vulnerable, those whose deaths might be dismissed or mishandled due to expediency or influence. The potential for misconduct, such as unlawful detention or evidence tampering, pointed to systemic issues that went beyond one actor's fate. Yan's call to protect the vulnerable struck a universal chord, reminding the public that justice is not just about one case, but about the principles that uphold a fair society. His warnings about the consequences of ignoring these issues, potentially allowing those responsible to evade accountability, added urgency to the growing demands for clarity. The case became a rallying point for those who felt that too many questions remained unanswered, and the public's insistence on truth grew louder with each passing day. As the controversy unfolded, the role of social media in shaping the narrative became increasingly apparent. Platforms like Weibo and X became battlegrounds where fans, skeptics, and opportunists clashed. The viral spread of Sun Lin's post and the subsequent threats she faced highlighted the double-edged nature of online activism. While social media gave voice to those demanding justice, it also amplified misinformation and fear, creating a chaotic environment where truth was hard to discern. The detention of the 3 women in Beijing served as a stark reminder of the legal consequences of spreading false information. Yet it also raised questions about whether authorities were targeting genuine dissenters under the guise of combating rumors. The delicate balance between free expression and responsible communication became a central tension, reflecting the challenges of navigating truth in the digital age. The emotional intensity of these online debates, fueled by grief and outrage, underscored the profound impact Yu's death had on his fans and the broader public. Sun Lin's injury, in particular, became a flashpoint for those who suspected foul play. The bizarre nature of the incident, a falling flower pot, seemed almost too cinematic to be coincidental, prompting speculation that it was a warning to silence her advocacy. Her hospital update, delivered with calm determination, was a testament to her strength, yet it also highlighted the personal risks of speaking out in a case that had become so polarizing. Her promise to share medical evidence upon discharge was a bid for transparency, a way to counter accusations of exaggeration while reinforcing her commitment to the truth. The incident, while seemingly unrelated to Yu's death, became intertwined in the public's mind, feeding into the narrative of a larger conspiracy. The fear that supporters of justice could be targeted added a layer of unease, making the stakes feel even higher for those following the case. The official response to the controversy, particularly the rapid dismissal of criminal suspicion, continued to draw scrutiny. Yan's critique of the 12-hour timeline for the police's initial ruling was echoed by many who felt that such a complex case required more thorough investigation. The speed of the announcement, while perhaps intended to calm public fears, had the opposite effect, sowing seeds of doubt about the authorities' intentions. The lack of detailed public disclosure about the evidence, or lack thereof, only deepened the mistrust. For fans who had admired Yu not just as an actor, but as a symbol of resilience and charisma, the idea that his death could be reduced to a cursory investigation felt like an injustice in itself. The emotional resonance of this sentiment drove the public's demand for answers, as they sought to honor Yu's legacy by ensuring his death was not forgotten or mishandled. The unconfirmed USB drive, though shrouded in mystery, became a powerful symbol of the unknown. Its rumored existence fed into narratives of hidden truths and suppressed evidence, resonating with a public already primed to question authority. Whether the drive was real or a fabrication, its mention by Yan and its circulation in online discussions gave it a life of its own. Speculation about its contents ranged from incriminating footage to personal documents that could reveal motives or connections to Yu's death. The lack of official confirmation only added to its mystique, as netizens debated whether it was a legitimate piece of evidence or a red herring designed to distract. The USB's role in the narrative underscored the power of ambiguity in fueling public imagination, as people filled in the gaps with their own theories and fears. Yan's broader commentary on the societal implications of the case struck a nerve, particularly his warning that cremating Yu's body without a full autopsy would undermine the investigation's credibility. This concern resonated with those who felt that the rush to close the case was at odds with the need for thoroughness. The idea that critical evidence could be lost forever was a gut punch to fans who wanted closure but also justice. Yan's framing of the case as a test of societal values, whether to protect the vulnerable or turn a blind eye, elevated the stakes, making Yu's death a symbol of larger struggles for truth and accountability. His hypothetical sentencing scenarios, while dramatic, served to highlight the potential scale of wrongdoing if the allegations of misconduct were true. The numbers, 500 years for 6 individuals, 1,500 years for 17, were staggering, yet they underscored the gravity of the potential offenses and the need for a rigorous investigation. As the case continued to unfold, it became clear that Menglong's death was more than a personal tragedy. It was a catalyst for examining deeper issues of trust, justice, and the role of public discourse in holding power to account. The rapid spread of rumors, the crackdown on misinformation, and the outspoken critiques from figures like Yan and Sun Lin revealed a society grappling with how to navigate truth in an era of instant information and widespread skepticism. The emotional weight of Yu's loss, combined with the unresolved questions surrounding his death, kept the story alive in the public's consciousness. Fans mourned not only the loss of a talented actor, but the possibility that the full truth might never be known. The case, with all its complexities and contradictions, became a mirror reflecting the challenges of seeking justice in a world where information is both a weapon and a shield. In the end, the story of Yu Menglong's death is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring quest for truth. The unanswered questions, the unverified videos, and the unconfirmed USB drive all point to a deeper human need to make sense of tragedy, to find meaning in loss. Whether the official narrative of an accidental fall holds or new evidence emerges to challenge it, Yu's legacy as an actor and a beloved figure endures. His fans, through their grief and their demands for justice, keep his memory alive, refusing to let his story fade into silence. The case remains open in the court of public opinion, a testament to the power of collective voices and the unrelenting pursuit of answers in the face of uncertainty.